invoke lineup last. Lot.
10 seconds remaining.
You don't want to like base your lineup around
5
multiple.
seconds
Like one long cooldown
remaining.
spell is fine, but if you have like one more than one, then you get
LGD's
problematic.
turn.
Nice thing about the Invoker Void is that it is kind of greedy with the both being farm
Team
intensive, but
Empire's
you
turn.
can get killed early. Sunstrike Chrono is like you're ready to fight. Like
Yeah.
as soon as that Void hits level 6, you've got a 500 damage per Sunstrike to go with his Chronosphere.
So Tiebreaker charge around them.
10
but like
seconds
overall,
remaining.
like when you talk about the position for Tiebreaker, Earth Spirit is like a huge
5 seconds remaining.
compare it to like Earth Spirit does a lot more in other fight departments and setting up kills. But like a more reliable initiative. Not every occasion you can charge in. If you look at their heroes, Oracle has the root, charge, Oracle has X, Torrent. Like there's a lot of spells that can do. Spiritbreaker compared to Earth Spirit in terms of initiating and you're much weaker, but the thing is like he provides a lot more. And so this might be the main reason why they want him. Last game, if you talk about the last game, he had a very terrible early. FN got crushed because he didn't help him. This might be one of the main that you think about when you're after having a
LGD's turn to hit.
Razor.
This is, I was about to say, the other nice thing, I think the other big perk of the Spiritbreaker is the BKB piercing ultimate. Kind of have to expect that Magnus, you see Magnus, you're saying, oh, they're going to pick Troll again. So I feel like the Spiritbreaker and even the Razor to some extent are heroes that are going to counter some of those BKB carries. Razor right now, yeah, it's decent in lane versus Magnus, but you're going to likely pick this because you're expecting some kind of melee empower carry to be played by Ame. So this Razor is a good kind of preemptive
It's a good pick here because of the scene the heroes. Razor, you can hit out the Chrono. Let's say if you have a Razor mid, Spiritbreaker charging in with the static link. It's very like good to set up kills. And it's very good against the Conquer and Oracle because both of the heroes have a lot of targetable spell. Makes your passive very, very good. They do not really want to click on you, but they kind of don't have a choice. You know?
Terrorblade, they don't get the melee empower. Well, they kind of do. You can farm while melee, and then you can fight while ranged. This is actually one of the best ways to play against the Razor static link.
It's a pretty good hero with their lineup, I would say. Like when I talk about Oracle, I think this is
10 seconds
probably
remaining.
the best carry with Oracle and Conquer.
5 seconds remaining.
Keeps the Terrorblade low if he gets focused.
LGD's turn to ban.
Both of the supports are going to allow the Terrorblade to get its thunder off. And it gives you like a very objective-based game. That's what LGD likes to play. We try and set up a siege, force you to rotate, and we have some sort of pressure.
10 seconds remaining.
We saw last game when they got that early advantage, they were taking towers as fast as possible. They took a fast tier 1 bottom, then the Black Hole was used, Troll TP'd mid, took another tier 1 tower. It's a very similar thing that TP can do. Is a bit more cooldown dependent, but is also better than the Troll at pushing.
That was a really good ban there too. This would have been perfect for Tire.
I mean, this is a hero that has come out of the Chinese scene as far as the metagame goes. It was LFY, the sister team of LGD, who ran that in-flame off-lane Zeus a lot. So makes sense that they kind of know the power of that off-lane Zeus better than anyone, maybe. They ran this earlier against Fnatic.
Yeah, I think I saw this just now as well.
I didn't see the game, but I know LGD won the game because they 2-0
Now
Fnatic.
select your heroes.
Ooh. Arc Warden.
so
Is Rezo and Arc... I guess he's going to be the Arc Warden player.
I seen him play Arc Warden, but it wasn't very impressive. Like, it was in pubs. I watched games, but he wasn't really like...
He's not a dirty Arc Warden spam.
Yeah, he wasn't
like Chappie is.
he wasn't really comfortable with the hero. But all in all, it's still quite a solid pick here because Arc Warden is really good against Tower Seizure. Annoys the Terrorblade a lot because you do not want to walk inside the field to hit the towers. So that's going to annoy you a lot in your... All in all, this is Terrorblade. The other hero... I think overall, not only the Terrorblade, the other heroes are...
10 seconds remaining.
Because the thing that you hate the most as up...
5 seconds remaining.
Like, let's say go up against like a Spectre.
Spectre, PA, yeah.
Those are the heroes that, oh my god, when you're outward, and you're like, get me out, please. Can't do anything.
You're against all mostly range damage, and that's where you've got a lot of protection from the field.
And if you look at their heroes as well, these are the heroes that you want. The frontliners, Void, Tiebreaker, Razor. These are 3 heroes that can be in line, Chrono, Charge, very good spells that protect Outward and safe. That's what you want, you know, when you Outward. It's a hero that you want the draft to be centered around. You do not want to just take Outward because you're Outward. You want to build a lineup that's going to allow the Outward to shift.
Well, we'll see if this is going to be the pick for Empire in Game 2. They are down a game against LGD.
I kind of like their last pick more. I'm going to favor that.
I like their draft for sure. I think what we saw in Game 1 is LGD in terms of execution are definitely on point. They've come to TI with plenty, as every team has, with a lot of preparation, and really look very polished. So I think even with maybe a drafting deficit, as at least we see, this is still going to be a tough game for Empire to win.
Yeah, I'm not very sure about the Leshra. I haven't seen it also.
TI5 again, is that what this is?
I'll reserve my judgment after the game. It does have a lot of like synergy with Conquer, and they both have your spells to set up your spear. That's what you want. Leshra. You want someone else to be able to set up so you can land your spells, do your damage. And so, what does LG?
They plan to do some shenanigans at
It's
bottom.
gonna pull the creeps.
30 seconds
This is
to battle.
something we've seen a lot out of LGD. And LFY as well. They love to send their offlaners into the trees, tuck them in, pull a creep wave or two. Some teams started sniffing this one out. Like they'll just start scouting out all the trees.
You can't do it every game because it's not a reliable way of playing offlane. You want to do it once in a while, once in a blue moon, catch your opponent off guard. But if you're doing it every game, it's not good. Like in Empire, you're trying to contest the rune.
They be successful.
The battle
Lesh will stand
begins.
his ground for now. Gets the Conquer to back up.
Hero, can you get it?
Top lane, you're watching. Oh, I was like,
rune-
which rune are you watching? There's a fight at 3 of them. Uh-oh, he could be in some trouble here on the Magnus.
Yeah, he's fine. He's just trying to waste as much time.
So didn't go for the creep wave pull, instead went for some
He
rune
went for the
shenanigan.
rune.
He saw the, I guess he saw the supports. So he knew he could go for the rune. He's going to now go for the TP out. Oh. Damage.
The damage was real there, but he was able to get out. But he does not have a self.
Victoria's there. He's like, okay, my Magnus didn't pull the wave. I'll pull the wave for him.
Yeah, this is something that LFY do a lot. Like after if you can't really contest the play, can't really do much voice offlaner. This is what he does. Pulls the wave, jugs it all the way back to the tier 2.
Roger's trying to mess with it. He's pulling the Ancients to this wave. He's like, oh yeah, you want to pull this wave to your offlaner? Let's see about that. Let's kill some Ancients together.
That was well played by Roger. That was a really good move there.
Yep, he can now try and deny some of these.
Gets the last hero.
Seriously watching here. Overcomes the Magnus perhaps. Still going to be a wave for 11 to farm. The key thing is you can't get two. If you get 2 waves to meet up between the towers, then not only does 11 get these last hits, but he starts denying creeps as well.
Yeah, and he's gonna get the next wave back to the tower as well because he last hitting now.
He can pull the wave back. So by just pulling it, yeah, he still gets last hits, but you make sure he doesn't pull it to a creep.
So far right now both the offlaners somewhat getting decent farm, decent Magnus and Void. Yes, mid lane.
Unless you're struggling.
Yeah, I think this matchup should be Razor. I'm not a bit player, but this matchup should be Razor fit.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's not the old school Lesh where you max Lightning Storm and it does 600 damage per hit.
Bounty!
Kill an entire creep wave with one use. It's very different Leshrac these days.
Yep, and you have to worry about like potential Tiebreaker charging in. He's gonna be charging bottom.
Not going to cancel. They want this kill. They want this first blood. They get the chilling touch out as well. Rezo taking tower hits, needs to be careful. They're going to take it off at 11. Fairly good.
That was very good. I didn't think that was
I thought it was going to be a cancel charge as well. Roger has another chance to get out of here. He's got the RP.
Because the Tiebreaker was still level 1. If he was level 2, I could understand. Still,
Yeah.
Empire making the right read there, knowing their limits. Gonna award them the first one.
Barely getting the kill. Both Rezo and the Ancient Apparition getting very low from the tower hits, but
But all in all, right now, so laning wise, both the off-laners get it. But mid lane, the Kanka.
it's got 100 stolen damage. FN doesn't want to turn, knowing those Leshrac spells will be coming up soon. If he gets hit by another stun, could be in some trouble.
Yeah, they need to somehow help the Leshrac. Not doing so well in the laning phase. I think at some point they might have.
Right down those trees. He is likely in trouble. Does skewer himself out of the cold feet, but he gets bashed. Roger coming out big.
Well, right now. That's and comparing him. It's like quite a game time. Look for extra last hits. Magnus like 2 last hits more.
Killing some bounty runes, getting XP out of it.
Yep. And looking at the 2 supports in LGD, so they are focusing on helping the mid lane right now.
Yes.
Like I said, because she's really struggling. Help.
They've definitely changed this lane a little bit. Even just throwing a
Radiant's
torrent
top
into Split
tower
Earth.
is
FN's
under
being
attack.
forced to bring out multiple
Yeah.
salves now because he keeps getting harassed.
The thing is, I kind of expected this. They actually just ran over and there was a ward that stopped them.
If FN wants to bait this one, or if he will just hug his tower.
Can he bait though?
TP's, well, not really there. AA could TP in from base. The charge is coming out onto Yao. Or will be for FN to charge forward. They are being very patient. They're going to go for the kill. Here comes the charge. Yao does not get the Fortune's End off. The reveal there was a ward, but
Yeah, they know now. They know.
save his life. Well, the ward actually expired, so they may be even incorrect about that one as they look to deward it.
Yep. So far, I think it's looking good for Empire. 3 kills on their side. Being secured by his supports rotating. And right now, they're going to try to pressure this Parablade.
Charge coming up. Don't think they can get this kill. Looks like just to be some harass, but maybe with some lucky bashes. We'll see how they go.
Double bash.
Who's going to get the bash? Neither of them, unfortunately. Ghostic will climb his way out of there, and Terrorblade will sell up.
That's still going to allow the Tiebreaker to play the walk down. So, all in all, a good move by Roger here. Tiebreaker giving the void vision.
He wasn't expecting a kill. It's more like, hey, if we both get our bashes off, we might actually get this kill, but hey. They don't really mind.
What do you mean is, when you're playing Tiebreaker, you're just
know.
gonna try. I'm gonna get the bash.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
telling us.
Yeah, but the void didn't believe you though. He's not one with the 17%.
Dire's middle tower is
He's only
under
got that
attack.
15%.
Straight up. Too much damage.
And your spark.
Yep.
House Nova level 6. This rank has so
Getting
much
very
damage.
low.
Radiant
Luckily for him, there is no charge as of yet. Gets away.
Oh, can he get the plus off?
There is no shrine to
Radiant's
use,
top
and
tower
11
is
could
under
get
attack.
chased down here. Resolution does get the flux off.
The courier.
Service to imbalance.
That was Magnus's boots on.
So
Radiant's top tower
that
is
was
falling.
happening. LGD, they were able to cross down the tier 1 at top.
Yep. Can they get more? They've still got Metamorphosis, they've got Edict, but I don't
it's
think so.
ending.
They'll chip at the tower, but like I say, unlikely to actually get this one. If anything, Terrorblade wants to be careful. Being this close to enemy tower, and Sorka being careful. Ghostic is going to go aggressive. TP in from AA with the charge from Spiritbreaker. Ame
Oh, he has 1.3%.
going to buy out his items. Did not get Sunder off. Here comes the potential revenge as AA Mikoshka will throw away his life. Ghostic just does not want to get told by an X. If he gets X'd, he gets torrented, he gets split earth, he will likely die.
There was like some indication there by LGD. That's, the way you see the wait a minute.
Charge in. Rotation from Razor a little bit far away for the time being. Roger perhaps looking for a bash. Here comes the return. I don't know if this will end up well. FN is in the neighborhood. Will be looking to fight this one. Finds Yao off to the side. FN with the lead here. It'll do a lot of damage. The plasma field will finish him off. Gets disarmed. Just a 1-for-1 trade there, so not all too bad. That could have gone a lot worse for LGD, I feel. Okay, it is going a little bit worse for them. They do lose.
This
Magnus.
is gonna be a nightmare. So much.
Be back. Oh, scout this one. Oh, it's being pinged. Ghostic has chrono. He still dies. Maybe he's still alive here. Oh, okay, are they gonna chase him down plasma field? It's still on cooldown for now. Leshrac is probably like, holy cow! What did I TP back into? It was just that giant raging cow waiting for him. He's
It's fine. He's gonna get the TP.
He doesn't have a TP. He just TP'd home. He got X back in. He can't TP.
Oh no.
They're gonna follow the breadcrumbs towards the shop. Now the range creep even finds him. Oh god, the time will finish him off.
Pitiful display of light.
Okay, so
That's some Dota 2 stuff happening.
all in all, there was a Chrono expanded, and they traded one
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Kanka, the Void going down for the Kanka and the Metamorph off cooldown. Let's see whether they are gonna look at either the team.
Yeah.
Gonna try and
Like,
he's gonna do
okay, farming even with Chrono down. I guess he just feels like, well, I may as well just not. You don't have to worry about getting ganked now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of when pro players talk about it, they want to use it as much as you can.
Dire's
Not only
top
just to,
tower is
pressure
under
towers.
attack.
When using it too far, it's like pretty much like you get more out of it. Try not to say it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Like,
Dire's top
what if
tower
the fight
is under
happens?
attack.
Comes there. British mid. Just an AA.
he was playing pretty far forward, but he got his level 6, so that's all he needs right now. Chronosphere in 35 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Edict's gonna...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Arc Warden does not
Radiant
have a TP
structures are
currently.
fortified.
Brings one out on the courier. This is important even just for sending his Tempest double to the mid lane to defend. Charge will go onto Yao. Likely to be cancelled with the full-on LGD retreat. Do so, pick up the regen rune. Things will probably settle down. I wonder if they saw the Metamorph get used. Perhaps if Empire know that, they're going to be more inclined to go for a fight now, but they may be anyways because they have got Chronosphere back up. Also importantly, they do not have Spirit Breaker's level 6 yet, but that could be coming
Dire's
soon
top
with
tower
the, I
is
think the
under
10-minute
attack.
tomb was just bought, or likely to be bought.
Yeah, it's out now, so Tiebreaker will have his level 6. And for LGD, they are not as ready to make any moves to fight now, because meta is down, no RP, so they are much more on the defensive side right now. They look at their supports, because they can't do anything, they're just camping around their cores. They're actually still trying to smoke it without their... Okay, so they don't have meta, they don't have RP, but they still want to smoke here.
They have Ghost Ship, so it's, if they catch someone with an X, Torrent, Ghost Ship, Split Earth, there's a lot of damage. That right there is going to be close to 1k damage on a single target, so it does feel like they could kill even Resolution, as tanky as he is. This is one of the tankier carries to run, 1300 hit points.
He's making the right move, he's reading it.
He's out of there. So just go
Radiant's
find somewhere
bottom
peaceful
tower
to
is
use his
under
Midas.
attack. Dire are scanning.
Gets the double Midas off, he gets out of there, Dire scan,
Dire's
finds no
top
one,
tower
and
is under
at this point
attack.
LGD probably realized, hey, let's just take the free
Radiant's
tower,
bottom
we're
is
going to
under
trade,
attack.
we won't get the kill which they wanted.
Well, meanwhile, they try to snipe the Oracle today with the charge.
Radiant's
And
bottom tower
The Ice
has
God is
fallen.
not connecting there. So in the end, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, 1 tower apiece. FN still decides to TP down. Okay, he's alone here.
Oh, TP did a tier 1,
Yeah, that was risky, so but he did not get punished. LGD were like out there after taking the tier 1. And right now they have they should have all their spells up. Yep, Metamorphosis is up. Bolt is still
Time is
available.
money. 2 masts on this brigantine.
How far off? Oh, he's really far off with his dagger.
died quite a few times. I feel like last game he was dying but maintaining good farm. This game, he's just died solo to the Arc Warden a couple times. Much tougher lane that we're seeing this time around.
Mask of Magnus, Terrorblade. I mean, I know everyone's been buying top lane, charge, dice plus, see you later.
It is, you know, it actually started with this guy here, Ahmed. He's been the Mask of Madness buyer.
Even in my pubs, I've been seeing a lot of Mask of Magnus, like Luna, Drow.
Ahmed goes it on every carry hero he plays from that I've been seeing. He's so comfortable with this item.
Let's see. I've never seen a Mass of Madness Terrorblade. This is the first for me. So it's gonna speed up farm. It's gonna be able to, I guess, with Oracle kind of protected in some ways. Hunter.
Yep. Once you've got your Metamorph with your illusions out, the only issue with silencing yourself is whether you need to use Sunder, but you can kind of maybe make a judgment call. If you're safely sitting back doing damage, you pop the Mask of Madness. If you're in the middle, you probably don't.
Oracle is there because the duration of the level 1 is 8 seconds. Level 1 force focus is 8 seconds. As
Radiant
long as
are
your
scanning.
Mask of Madness. So I think all in all, you should be able to pop your Thunder every time.
Yeah. One of the in the late game is also you can disassemble it and butterfly with Satan, which is very common items to have on a carry in the late game.
Charge? Oh, Ice Blast not connecting. He's gonna need like
Had an ulti coming up soon, but he didn't go for it.
he's gonna need like bash luck if he wants to go for that kill. But right now LGD, so they're going to try to still stack Ancients, and the other 3 men are always trying to set up kills. This 3 man squad. Like when you play Dota, sometimes you see like they split their team in 3 and 2, like 2 packs. The other 3 is always going to be looking for kills. The other 2 is constantly taking up space wherever they can. This 3 is trying to just distract the enemy because the Magnus needs time to farm his Blink. Terrorblade on the other side.
Oh boy, the X damage is going to be there. He did spend his money, but
Is under attack.
Oh, he bought his
Dire's middle
mask.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, for Dire.
Dire's
initiation.
structures are fortified.
talking about catch someone with the X, the follow-up damage is very formidable. Does feel like we're going to enter a kind of farming game. Both teams kind of avoiding
Radiant's
the big
bottom
team fights,
tower
trading
is under
towers a bit.
attack.
Arc Warden getting very fat, but similarly LGD also
Right.
getting farmed.
Every time this kind of situation, I
Radiant's top tower is
would be on
under
the
attack.
Arc Warden. Because I think Arc Warden, when you get your farm, it's like, and the enemy doesn't have
Dire's
the right
middle
to
tower
deal with
is
you.
under attack.
You're basically like gonna
Radiant's
crush
top
everyone.
tower is under
And this is the
attack.
kind of game that I feel Arc Warden can actually do that.
Smoke out from Empire. They're going to send Arc Warden bottom though, so he has a
Dire's
TP scroll
middle
but does
tower
not
is
smoke
under
with his
attack.
team. This will make it less obvious because he does reveal himself bottom. Meanwhile, the Chronosphere is fishing, looking for a kill. 11. Oh, he's... Oh, he gets away.
Charge? Can they get the vision?
Doesn't look like it. Oh, he's behind the trees. Fortunate
My
positioning
God,
from Magnus.
That was going to be so bad for LGD. If he died, he was 300 gold away
Yeah.
from his dagger.
That's the reason LGD are... They're pushing towers, but they're not able to smoke or take team fights because they really need this Blink Dagger to do
Radiant's
anything
middle
major.
tower is under attack.
I mean, so far right now, the Lashrat has completed his Bloodstone. TB is working on his Manta. I mean, they basically need the Blink the most right now in this stage of the game. Once they have the Blink, they're going to be able to siege the towers. TB at the most tower, and then the Magnus will be like hiding around somewhere, looking for an RP opportunity. That's the kind of game that LGD wants to play. And then once the enemy can't really fight you, they're gonna try and split push, and then you can use the X mark. Someone takes a lane, push out the lane, X mark, and pull it back. Yeah, they're gonna do a lot of this kind of stuff if they get their Blink on the Magnus.
Radiant's middle tower is
Maybe
under
I move
attack.
up Dota.
Got
Radiant
it.
structures
They've got the money
are
for it at least,
fortified.
not the Blink in hand just yet. Empire have to be expecting this 16 minutes in.
I got a little
Dire's top
in
tower
hand. I'm like,
is
what?
under attack.
So I hand him lighted.
Oh no, he's got...
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's
not
middle
in
tower
hand, but
has been
coming on
denied.
in courier fairly
Dire's
soon, I
top
can
tower
imagine.
is under
So
attack.
right now, can LGD? I think LGD can actually make a smoke soon. They're gonna
There's a BKB on FN then, though. That's going to be a really big team fight item.
but they can still kill him. They have so much physical damage on the TB. And power TB.
Does mean if he gets caught by an X, he has an escape, but like you say, yeah, there is ways to deal with him with TB metamorphosis. Likely we'll see some kind of armor item come up next for
And
FN.
this is the kind of game both of you do not want to be the person going first. You want to be the second, because whoever goes first will get, the other person that goes second will get a bigger outfit than the first guy. So you want to wait for, like, say, the Tiebreaker or the Kanka to start the fight.
Yep. And Kunk is probably the better, more suited of the two to actually do that reliably.
So they smoke with the dagger. Oh, he's gonna do a random. Oh, he got it!
Oh, the Chrono. You talked about the second ulti. It's the bigger of the two. Catches out 3. The save is there from the Oracle. Yao keeps Victoria alive. Has been a ghost ship. Victoria, you may just want to throw this one. He does do so. Applying the aura to some of his team's Tiebreaker, getting bursted down. Maybe his damage output.
Gosh, that
To
Lash
deal with
Rod.
here. Lash hurts.
Powerful plus Diabolic Edict shredded the 2 supports. So it was a trade between an RP for Void Chrono and 2-for-1 trade, so favorable trade for LGD. That means they can actually transition into a tower objective.
You're right about the second ulti being bigger, but what Empire did not have was damage. Leshrac at this point dishes out massive damage around those ultis, whereas Razor maybe takes longer to build up. He's got to get the static link going. He also has a more defensive build.
Resolution wasn't at that point too.
Very true.
He's not at a stage where the Outwarden is able to... I mean, I guess he's actually
Kind
really
of
good.
is.
He's kind of really good.
You can set his illusions in with the Shadow Blade, look for those solo
But
kills
he,
on
he
support.
does not have his support. That's the item that he's running from.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yes.
has fallen.
That's where you get that much shorter cooldown. LGD are pushing with sentries so they won't get caught by surprise by that Shadow Blade.
So they still have meta up. They did not have to do that for the kill at bottom. So let's see if they can actually... Because Chrono is still down. Can they actually get more out of this right now?
Soon do they consider something like Roshan, or is that still a ways off
I'm
probably?
not sure though. Roshan is dangerous this game because of the Ice Blast. Ice Blast can be very problematic in the Roche pit. So unless they find a clear opportunity where they wipe the enemy team or at least get like 2 to 3 kills, I'm not sure if LGD can be very comfortable going for the Roshan. Because if you look at their heroes, like when they have Chrono and Ice Blast up, they do not want to get do that in the Roche pit.
So with his Shadow Bladed illusion is going to go look for kills, find a kill off of it. Does some damage, loses his
That's like support nightmare, you know, Parker.
Yep.
You see him up
Shadow
10 plus
Blade.
double and he runs at you, then you have to buy sentries and he hits you, you're at half HP.
This is where, like, look at these LGD support net worth now, 2.3k and 2.5k. They're not going to be going up without, like, taking a lot of towers or Roshan because all their money is going to go into sentries at this point.
And they're gonna like rely on team goal at this point. They're not gonna be able to get too much because like their tri-cores this time, Magnus, then all 3 of them will take a lot. Chronosphere is back up, so let's see.
Charge in mid, looking for Yao on the Oracle. Can maybe cancel here. They do need to be a little bit careful.
They have no
Victoria.
so they are very
Dire's bottom
hesitant
tower
about
is
going
under
in.
attack.
On the other hand,
Dire's
LGD
structures
has
are
one
fortified.
ward here, so
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
none of the teams have like
We are seeing Resolution try and make up for the lack of vision by split pushing. Pressure the lanes, force LGD to show themselves to defend towers, so
Radiant's
Tempest
top
double,
tower is under
pushing
attack.
out bottom. Really wants that level 3 ulti as soon as possible to
Ice
minimize
Blast.
the downtime.
Ice Blast.
Should see this one.
Radiant's top tower is
Does
under
get
attack.
away. Will still get the kill, it looks like, with the Flux, and meanwhile Oracle needs to escape here. Has got the way to travel, will TP out as soon as
middle
possible.
tower has
To
fallen.
the north, Spirit Breaker will not be so fortunate. Charge in 2, could be close. Nope.
So that's a plus 1 charge for the Lash as well. All in all, I think the trade quite good, even though it
Dire's
was like
middle tower
trading
is
a
under
position
attack.
for an off lane, but because of the plus 1 charge, I think
Very much a farming game now with TFN just throwing an ultimate to farm jungle creeps. Everything about this game does suggest we are in it for the long haul, as neither team pulling away. Just less than 1k gold lead.
I think the next objective would be Roshan, but neither team would be wanting to commit to the Rosh without like winning a fight, getting right now, talking about item wise,
A lot of Shadow Blades is what I'm seeing.
he is getting
Okay. Against what do you feel static? I mean, it's
Styling is the most annoying for
gonna be hard. I mean, it's not normally something Razor can easily get to, but if he does, then
No,
yeah.
the talent, the level 15. Oh, okay. Usually people get the. I mean, I guess this game is warranted because of the heroes. Like usually you get the cast range. Okay, 11 again.
Chrono Ice Blast. I mean, this is very much a game of pickups, farming and pickups. Neither team wants to take the big 5-on-5 fights, and Shadow Blades are being purchased all over the place. Warden has one.
vision is going to
Void,
be very
Spirit-
key in this kind of game. Getting a gem early, having sentries, observers. Like you want to have sentry. If you're against the Shadow Blades, you want to have like ops sentries at very key locations.
Tori's TP'd in. This could be a bad spot to be. Roger behind the Shadow Amulet players there. They don't need Chronosphere. They're going to take this fight. Ame could be in some trouble here. Been caught by the time dilation, slowed down, and Resolution's going to be there. The Sunder can come out. He's going to die before he gets to use it. Maybe he's just going to charge into everyone, doing massive damage with the ultimate, but he's going to get burst down as well. Caught it up. He's going to respawn incredibly fast here, but he's got very few teammates to play around. Yao does not stand a chance. He gets taken out.
There was like so close call. I think LGD should have been able to take the fight if
The
Sunder
Sunder.
went off. And the Oracle TP, they should have been able to take that fight because Bedrock was dealing so much damage there.
And even if he dies, he can life. And if TP's still alive, it's very different.
He
but-
might not. I think he might not have died as well. Like because if the TP Sunder, they would be focusing on TP. Oracle would have
Absolutely.
been able to use the ulti on either one of them. So.
It did look like even if TB got the Sunder off, he would still probably be focused and burst down post ultimate, but it's really hard
But
to
the
say.
dash would kill.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been much more even, maybe LGD favored fight. Very confident, aggressive play from Empire, and they are rewarded for their aggression. They had the vision, that's the key thing. I love the Spirit Breaker's position. It was behind the tower with a Shadow Amulet, just sitting there invis, set that up perfectly.
This is like a dream game for Outwarders. Where you're winning the fight elsewhere and you're like getting to the point where you have bots, Maelstrom, Mjolnir and Shadowblade. These are the items that will allow the Outwarders to be everywhere. Every person in the lane, making it very difficult for LGD to move out. They're gonna have to try to
Right, looking for it. The Razor. Ice Blast is going to be there. We'll get a chance to BKB.
so they got the army for that.
They want to get this Magnus still in return. The Blink is up in half a second. Doesn't get it off though. It's found 11. We'll get a chance to blink now, thanks to the false promise, and it will survive as a result. Can you imagine? I always feel like I want to say that, but maybe
You're right. Really,
Radiant's middle tower
top
is
of the
under
hero
attack.
screen, you're gonna survive because you're taking.
yeah, you're gaining health.
You're
then.
gaining health.
And red, or there's some way where you know you're. I've been told that before, and I'm always like, I'm looking for. I'm like, it's. I don't know. Maybe it's
not
my
hard-
eyesight.
It's not 100% accurate, is it?
I think it's accurate. I think it's just hard to predict. Still, like hard to see even.
I'm not the
Yeah, I'm not an Oracle picker either.
I know that my friend has spoken about it, where you can see the indicator on top of the.
I think it shows whether they're gaining health or losing health, not whether they're going to die or not. What?
So you might
my
still die if it's green.
No, green means you're going to be gaining health, so you can't die if you're gaining health. Right, you'd think. Who knows? We need some Oracle spammers out there on Twitch chat. I know there are probably at least a couple of you. Yeah, Stanking, there we go. Still looks in. But Empire in the Roach Pit, they know there's no RP. We talked about LGD playing around Chrono being down. Empire can do the same thing with RP being down. They're actually going to give themselves the advantage for Empire. Got cut back a little bit with Razor going down. It was actually up to like 3 to 4k, but it's going to be regained through this Roche.
Things are looking. Yeah, Outwarden is in a stage where charge.
May have been scattered by the creep wave. They put the sentry too late. He's going to try run away from this one. Roger may have thrown away his life. He gets stunned up as well. Roger. Not the plan you were looking for. The Chrono catches too perfectly. How'd that even get the Oracle? Oh, Ghost Stick. Magical man gets a kill, but his team's still in trouble despite that. RP catches out FN. He has an Aegis, but they may try and pop him twice. He'll be coming back to life, but Arme's there with the Metamorphosis. Rezo coming in with the Illusion. Once 11. Can they fight this one? FN BKBs, but has to run. Rezo will cover for his buddy. Bloody hell, he hurts. He almost kills maybe on his way out, as well as 11. Imagine if his real hero stayed. He may have died, but it looks like he could have gotten a couple of kills.
This Outwarden is a huge problem right now, and he has a BKB. Oh yeah.
On target Warden.
Don't really see this item on Outwarden a lot, but it tells you that he's really confident that he's already far ahead enough that he can actually get this BKB and join the fights. Because Outwarden usually you are trying to stall the game out as long as you can with farming, and you keep snowballing.
Well, what we're seeing is this TB versus Arc Warden is the TB isn't killing the Arc Warden in his illusions because he's got the
bottom lane.
the evasion.
FN no BCB up. Another personal charge for Lash.
You get caught. The return is potentially going to come out nice. Multi-hero charge going to land here. The Kunkka will initiate on it. It's Resolution with that BKB. He wants to fight. We'll start by taking down Victoria to the back. It's Ghost Stick getting another kill here. The Chronosphere not up for some time, and it does look like LGD may be okay to fight this one, but it's going to be Resolution constantly taking them. It's been scouted out moving forward. 11. The plan here. Resolution just going to find a TB illusion. Still sneaking around.
Gosh, he's still farming the jungle.
I
here.
can't. Yeah, he just.
I can't believe he's still farming.
I guess he knows, like, oh, Empire backed off, so
How?
it's safe.
Okay, that's a vision. Okay, that's a wonder. I was like, he didn't see anyone. How did he know? Okay, that's what's around the mid lane, the ancient areas. So he saw the boy and then he smashed. Otherwise, he wouldn't. That does not make sense at all. Like he was like, how is he farming?
Game will continue on with it. Very close between these two teams. They're pretty standard stuff. You mentioned the BKB Arc Warden a bit different. The Talon's all pretty standard there. Leshrac gets the plus 15 strength. I feel like that's so much. Spell Amp sounds great on Lesh, but you're not doing spell damage if you don't stay alive, and 5% is it's nothing. Ember gets 8% at level 10, you know?
But still, sometimes there's another hero on top of my mind that actually gets. Oh, Puck gets. Oh no, Puck gets 10% at level 20.
A little bit more, but it's one of those things you see the town, you're like, it's 5% versus what, 300 health?
Sometimes you can get it if you're far ahead enough. 5% can be a lot if you have a Shiva's Radiant, if you have Shiva's and Radiance and a Dagon.
I'm not buying. That means instead of that means if you do 1,000 damage in a team fight, Winter, instead of doing 1,000 damage, you do 1,050. Is that 50 damage going to tip the scale? I mean, it could. Don't get me wrong, it could. But that's an extra 50 damage for every 1,000 damage you do.
Okay, fine.
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not gonna take the 5%.
Don't take the 5%.
God, Rezo.
He's got a BKB. That 5% won't help you there.
Oh, does.
They're gonna likely bring him down. Rezo, he's got help in the Spirit Breaker, but it's too late. The BKB wears off and Roger will die as well.
What a play by maybe that. He was hiding in the trees, waiting and he has dust. Oh my god, that was such a play. That was a game-changing right.
Well, the first lead of okay, they had a lead a bit earlier on, but the game was starting to slip away from him until that big play came up.
This is the thing you want to see from a mid player. All the polarizing mid players, they would make like some sort of like getting a good like this, and they have no buyback. This might be actually Rex. It's
Only one lane because
it's a Lash and a Terrorblade. They're gonna get Rex.
Two cores even if they.
No, Upwater has no buyback.
That's the big one. They really want to defend these Raxes here. The Magnus is posting up very far forward. Do they see him here? Ghost Stick is going to go on him. There is Oracle to perhaps save his life. Yao positions to the back. He's Yao.
No mana. No mana for Chrono.
Okay, Ghost Stick can't use the Chronosphere. This is the problem. He goes Intel Treads. He's getting some mana back now. Now he actually has it. Will he throw it out? He may be waiting for the Arc. When the Chronosphere, not great. As Ghost Stick is going to see his Rax go down. The Chronosphere wasted. No deaths and all of that. I was like, what is going on here? It even looked like Yao was just sitting at the back, not even... I guess he just knew Magnus was going to live because he wasn't worried at all. Or just seemed to say, I'll let my Magnus die. I don't need to ulti him.
As long as my Lash, Carabella, Tucker, those are the two important heroes.
Eyes on the target, which was the Rax and his... You say those two boys.
Okay, so game took a big turn.
He gets a kill one side of the map. Meanwhile, we're watching the Spirit Breaker at mid-charge forward. That was Poshka doing some warding, I guess. Not sure what was going on there. And there was a Dire Ward, which looks like gave vision of him swooping on in.
Regeneration.
Definitely LGD
Balance the scale.
pulling a little bit ahead following a Rax and a couple of big hit pickups all off of
It's
that
still not
Razor.
too big of a problem for the Arc Warden. He's going to be able to defend the lane and still have a chance to, you know, join his team because he always has the boost of travel and tempo level. But, yep,
Shadow Blade Wars. 3 heroes invised up. And you do see Roger's Spirit Breaker. He has been picked perhaps one too many a time this game. The Dire Sentry was there with the Observer Ward.
I mean, that's what you do as Spirit Breaker sometimes. When you run around, you scout, and you try to, you try to be the one that dies to the smoke gang instead of like, let's say a Razor or the Outwalker or someone else.
Yep.
Radiant's
And
top shrine.
You try to
is
go
under
on in
attack.
some random warding.
It's definitely a tough game to play. Spirit Breaker. Shadow Blade.
He still made a lot of like mistakes overall.
Radiant's top
throughout the
shrine
game,
has
or-
Yeah.
fallen.
And a lot of his deaths is like, oh, my team's going in, or
Radiant's top
my carry
tower
Arc
is under
Warden's dying,
attack.
I gotta go try and save it, you know? It's gonna be a good
Radiant's
support.
top tower has fallen.
Well,
life of support, that's what you do.
die for your cause.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Your 0-10 as support, you just say, oh, save my team. Definitely wasn't my fault. Blame the carry. That's what I'm here. They blame you every time for when they die, so you can blame them for you. So TP's in bottom, will immediately silver edge up with the
Yep. So right now, TB is gonna have
Radiant's
his Monkey
middle
King
tower
buff.
is
That's
under
an
attack.
essential item. against,
Dire's bottom tower is
field,
under
the
attack.
magnetic field.
Dire's
Bypass that
structures
phase
are
and,
fortified.
Roach is gonna spawn soon, so likely good for LGD right now is finish the MKB, secure the Roche, then another set of X.
There was I saw one gem picked up. Okay, so it's on Mitoshka now. Void actually bought it. I think as soon as that
Yeah,
death
too-
on Spirit Breaker
too many
happens.
Shadow Blade.
And on the Dire side, Sentries is still... We talked about Kunkka and Oracle not farming much, but they found enough kills and enough racks in itself is a lot of money. That's where a lot of their income came from. The team goal.
But they don't have much of a choice right now. Like, you need to keep spamming because sentries are gonna provide you. Like, Sentry Gem is gonna be the key deciding factor because when you're playing a game where it's like Void against Magnus, it's gonna be all
Yeah,
about.
they see him coming in 11. The charge only catches 1. There is going to be another strike. Pull up the chrono, catches 2, but Yao is there. He already used the ultimate though. They could focus down the ledge. Ghostic going to BKB up. Goes on the Oracle. Wants to try and take out the support in the backlines. Goes 11. He will barely survive. He was down to 300 health after the Oracle falls promise to kill onto the Void. Oh no, the RP as well. Onto 2. LGD gonna clean up here. The Sentry gets dropped. They'll get the Arc Warden. Razor can only scurry back to base, and they'll get a free gem out of it as well. They actually bought one to fortify, but great wall time Sunder. The Magnus barely surviving with a couple hundred health after the false promise, and then he comes back in for that RP.
Well, like we talked about previously, these kind of matchups, like you don't want to be the first one going
Radiant's
in.
middle barracks.
There's another RP with
The
the
second-
quarter refresher.
Game is already over. What there's no buyback.
Won't even
Again-
get a chance to use it.
Again, another well played team fight from LGD, allowing them to win the game. They have a very bumpy early game, let's say, from Magnus especially. But overall, I think everyone else they were doing the right moves, like trying to earlier when they were behind, they did the 3-2 split. 3-person always group up together. They make a few moves. Even though I thought that it was a bit risky, the first one where they made the smoke when TB has no Metamorph and they had no RP, but they still made the move regardless because they knew that they needed to do something, pressure the map, try to make Empire respond to you. Then the other two guys are going to be able to farm. I really like the way they had the 3-2 bit in the mid game